Good morning. Good morning. It's 9 September 13th, 8:25 a.m. How's everybody doing? We got that big release coming, and let's get into really quickly, because we got obviously a big news release coming. Let's get into the daily chart here. So yesterday I didn't talk about it, but their destination I had yesterday basically hit it in the SPY. So we came right up to 411.91, found resistance right here. I had these levels on my chart yesterday, and it also, like, we took over the 20 moving average. So that's what happened in the SPY. Q's almost touched the 20-day moving average. Okay, let's see what our buddy the 10-year yield is doing. We're just balancing here, probably waiting for today. 10-year yield's kind of just staying consistent. And let's go into the futures. And we're gonna watch now, see what this does. I'm gonna watch this price action here. I'll break this out so we can see bar by bar. Now we got 3 minutes, so I can also show you really quickly that big level I was talking about, which is right here. Where are we at? The price is right here. Okay, landing right on this big level, and we're gonna go this way or this way. That's what's gonna happen, right? That level there is for a reason, right? So let's go back to the market profile so we can see what this news is going to do to the market. It's actually, if you notice my chart, 41.58 is the most traded price of the last month. And we did move value higher yesterday. We built out value and moved it higher, which is bullish. This is like pretty nice buying consistently. I'm gonna here we go. Whoa, there we go. Wow. So the number came in hot, plus 1%. Wow. Wow, this is going to probably take back a lot of the buying that's happened. Wow. Look at that selling. Wow. Crazy. Pretty nuts. So, right, I'm seeing here core CPI year over year was 8.3 in August versus 8.1 expected. Month over month was zero point 0.6 versus zero point 0.3 expected. Big, big move. Pretty nuts. Let's look at it on this chart. Let's see how that looks on this chart. That's a 4-hour candle here. You can't see it as well. You can go to a daily chart on the futures. So we just took out yesterday. So we took out yesterday's session. Wow. I don't think the market was expecting that. Especially with gas prices being lower. I don't think people were expecting that, especially with gas prices. All I can think is rent, shelter went up. Let's see here. Pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. What is gonna happen? Get rid of these demand zones, don't exist anymore. Pretty crazy, right? That I'm gonna show you guys something. That moves were made from that big level that I talk about all the time. It's just crazy how those levels work. Really crazy. And you can't get any clearer from this level here. Right here, I always talk about this hot pink line. Said the market's gonna go there, make a move, and that's what happened. Pretty nuts, man. Just getting rid of some of these. Broke these key support levels here, 40.88 and 40.80. Actually broke a trend line as well. It's early yet with the release of the news, so. But it's pretty nuts. I don't think anybody was expecting that. Wow. Let's look at the Qs. Oof, look, God. The Qs, Jesus. Look at that huge candle. My Lord. Just getting rid of some of these demand zones that don't exist anymore. And see on the Qs, we're hitting this trend line now. We're right on it. Right in single prints too. So it'll be very interesting. So this is what we have going right now. We're hitting NQs, we are hitting a trend line. Okay, almost coming down to a demand zone. And yes, futures, this S&P, we broke this trend line, and we almost nipped this demand zone. Obviously, this is bearish for the market. This news is bearish. So this is not financial advice. Obviously, usually wait for the second move. Would come down pretty hard. If we do get some buying into these key levels here, 40.80, 40.88, we do come back and revisit this, even the bottom of the trend line. That might be a short. Just that second move. I don't see how people are going to buy right now, this market. Let's see what crude's doing. Yeah, crude's selling off too. Because this isn't good for crude either. Any recession fears with crude lowers demand for oil. So crude, this is not good for crude either. So you can see too, just so everybody understands like how the most traded prices and levels I track, why they're so important, and how like crude kind of does follow the market. There was a while with the Russia invading Ukraine and stuff like that where oil went rocketing higher, and it wasn't. It was the inverse of the markets, but they kind of sunk up together again. So here, if you notice this level, this red line is also the 200-day moving average on a daily. And this green box here is the most traded price of the last month. Okay? Green box, most traded price of the last month. And then you notice in the NQ, right above here was the most traded price of the month. That's where the NQ was just at before. And then I showed you guys earlier, I can replicate it on here. Right here, I'm going to copy and paste from another chart I have to show you that on the ES, I'm going to paste it right here. I just pasted that from another chart. That was the most traded. This right here is the most traded price. Because I don't have this chart mapped to have all the levels, but this green box was in the ES the most traded price of the last month. So I expected this to be resistant, and it was, and then the move happened from here. Okay, so now we're kind of back to full on selling. Look at that bar. Now we're touching down into this demand zone right here. All right, let's look what the NQ's doing. Now NQ in demand zone, broke the trend line, and now we have a key level here, 124.84. What a huge bar in the NQ. Wow. NQ's down 2.43% right now. Bitcoin ETH is down 3.1%. Bitcoin's down 2.87%. ES is down 1.78%, 1.82% now. So here comes a crucial level in the NASDAQ, 124.84. Okay. Let's see what Crude's doing. Crude's got a nice healthy selling candle as well, big red candle. Got a key level 87.47 in Crude. Alright, what we can do now is we can kind of go into the I can show you the daily charts on the ES futures chart. And what do we have here? So now on this futures chart, this white line here is the 50-day moving average. Okay, so now it's kind of getting some support from the 50-day. Got a congestion of moving averages here in the ES futures chart, the daily chart. Got the 100-day moving averages here. Got the EMA, the daily 9 EMAs right here, and the 20-day here. So it's a very jam-packed with moving averages. So this day is gone. Now it's already an engulfing day. So let's look at the Qs. Alright, Q's a little different story. It's right at the 100-day moving average and the 9 EMA. So that NQ is definitely weaker. I don't know how big the selling is going to be, but obviously we have an uptrend line here. Okay. And you can see that trajectory from the low of June 16th to the swing low we recently made. And so that could be supportive. That could be a destination right now in the futures. That could be a destination. That would be around 120.76. Go back over to the ES. We have the trend line there as well, and we're looking at about 39.22. Of course, as the day moves over, the numbers would change and go higher to act as support. But this today, oof, if you get any bounce, probably shortable. All right, let's look at Crude real quick. You can see Crude's kind of right up against this 200-day moving average. It's hitting the daily 9 EMA now. Let's see what we can see on this chart here. Big red candle. Big red candle, or down here now, right here. Moving away from this big level. Moving away. So in this chart, it makes me see it really pushed out, and I can see There's big volume here, right? Which represents this. And this price here, which is, I want to say that is 39.47 in the futures. Okay. So 39.47 is the most traded price of this month. I would say that this is the most likely destination when we go lower. This should slow down the market. 39.47. Okay. That's why I like looking at this chart. It gives me a very quick destination. Let's see the cues. So again, big level in the cues, right? Move was made from here. Price is here. Most traded price of the cues. It's 120, 187. So this would probably be the most likely destination we go here in the cues. The Nasdaq. Okay. Now let's look at one other chart I look at, and it's on toss. All right, give me 1 second here. So it's the chart I don't show a lot, but we can look at the SPY and volume profiles by the week and last 30 days, and we can see this chart's pretty tells us the story as well, right? Got the big selling candle here. This is the SPY. Okay. Where's the most traded price of the month? Right here. 397, right? So this is the most likely destination for the SPY. This was last week's most traded price, and it's the weeks before's most traded price. You see how that works? So this is in the SPY. So for anybody who wants to know how you can look at it in the SPY, 397 is our most likely destination. I don't know if that's today. Okay. 397. Keep that in. Keep that in. That's the most likely destination in the SPY, right? Hope everybody can see that. So you can look at the cues too, the same way. So let's look at that. Let's look at the cues. Alright, let's get a cleaner chart here. And let's look at it, right? So we can get a view for the cues. So same thing here, right? This is the most traded price right here. 299 is the most traded price of the last month in the cues. It's the most traded price of the last week, and the most traded price of the week before that. Hence, why 299 is the most traded price of the month. So 299 is probably the destination that we're going to go, and we're going to find support. I'm not saying for a day, I'm just saying that it's going to slow down here. There's a lot of congestion here at 299. So remember that, 299 in the cues. Hope everybody can see this and understand this is how the market works. All right. I don't usually show the cues in the SPY because I look at the futures, but this is no different. This is just on toss. Okay. It's very clear where we're destination. 299 in the spot. 299 in the cues, and 397 in the SPY. That would be a short profit. That would be a profit target. 397 in the SPY. Okay. You can't get any more exact than that. That's just, You can't get any more than that. 397. Call 398. That's a profit target for me. Again, no financial analyst. Don't take financial advice from me. I'm just saying that could be a target for a short. Okay. So that's looking at the SPY. I mean, while we're here, I'm probably going to go in about 5 minutes. Hopefully everybody enjoyed looking at this. I'm just looking at the Russell. This is the Russell, the IWM. Kind of similar, right? 183 would be our target. Let's look at the Dow. The Dow's most traded price is up top here. It's a little different in the Dow. A little different. But there's a node here. So this is like not as clear. It's not showing you, but there's obviously a node here. That's probably the destination, 316 in the Dow. So let's just go back to the futures. Let's see what we're looking at here. Alright, but now we're at 40.56 on the futures. Let's look at the Qs. Damn, look at that. Oh my lord. We can make this smaller here. What a big drop. Oof. I mean, that's just all that. Price is here right now in the demand zone. We have a gap here too. Let me break this low. Where we're going. Oof, there's not much support down here. This is very surprising news, to be honest with you. Wow. Might as well take a look at crude. Crude's about to open 7 minutes. So crude's not as weak. Hey. Yeah, let's see, crude. It's about to open, so let's see. That's what crude's been doing. That's this big bar down. Crude's about to open though. Alright. So I hope everybody enjoyed. I gave you some destinations. And you know what? Let me go right back into that. Go right back into the daily chart of the SPY. Let's go back there. So we can just see. In the SPY, I gave you that 397. Alright. So right now, SPY's at 402.78. 402.78. So Q's at 402.78. Now, before we have support, we should get support at 405.84. And like I said, we have these moving averages here. So it should be interesting. Should be interesting. So I would say 405. We're already below that. I mean 401.20. 401.20. Should be interesting when we hit 401.20. This level here. Because we have moving averages here too. Should be very interesting. But like I said, 397 397 to me would definitely be a target. Okay, like I showed you earlier. Let's look at the Qs, and then I'm gonna go. Qs right now are on 302.50. So, man, Qs don't really have 302.50. Whew. Because, man, Qs could fall, boy. And I believe I said the level was 299. So 299, look at that level, okay? This level right here. I mean, crude has a solid red bar right now. Whew. Qs. Whew. Okay. All right, everybody. I wish everybody good luck. Hope I didn't want to go over really a game plan because this is just very bearish, and any bounce should be shorted. And I wish everybody good luck. And give me a like, give me a comment, please subscribe, tell your friends we trade. Hopefully, everyone gets something from these videos. Trying to get better and better to help other people see the market the way I do. And I wish everybody good luck today. Everybody have a green day, okay? All right. See you guys tomorrow.